Go in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, and they're getting started off in Link's house. They found some bombs to go get started with. And then they're heading up to the traditional castle checks, visiting Uncle. Howdy, howdy. Alright, so far, not much of consequence that they're finding in these first few checks here. They did find some cash, which will be good once they get to the village. Alright, so they save and quit and go to Sanctuary. The Sanctuary chest gives them a few more rupees. We're gonna get a lumberjack ledge check, which is just a heart container from Salt. Alright. And into the Lost Woods we go for those checks. Oh, we've got the cape on the mushroom spot. Interesting. It's a very early cape. Newgasm opts to check the Thieves' Den first. Finds a couple more bombs. Howdy, howdy, Sora. Welcome to chat. Just a heads up before you guys attempt to do any of them, we do have the secret sounds, sound alerts, everything's turned off for the channel for this special Restream race. So sorry for any of that disappointment, but it's gonna be cool for the Restream. Alright, and Salt is in Thieves' Den. He found half magic and shovel, piece of heart, and another piece of heart. So there's quite a bit of love in the Thieves' Den here. Both of our runners opting to take the same route so far. And more cash in the back of Thieves' Den. We will have to wait and see whether or not Pikachu has the full agility. Oh, we get a map check from Salt. And then he goes to talk to the bottle vendor before jumping down the well. Newgasm will give us a first look at the well, where we get some arrows. And the flippers. So that's really early flippers. and a really early cape. Oh, and we got the Shroom and Quake as well. So far, neither of our runners have found any weapons. I mean, aside from bombs, because bombs technically are weapons. A little unwieldy, but take what you can get, right? Runners are almost in sync, but Pikachu gets tripped up on a barrel there just a little bit. And our bottle. We get a first bottle and it's filled with red goo. Hey Chansey, thanks for the bits. And some more money. So there wasn't a whole lot weapon-wise in Kakariko Village so far. They do have Quake, but they cannot use that without a sword. So just in case you didn't know, now you do. I did choose this seed, so they 100% can blame me for it. And thanks, GB, for the bits. I did want to mention that the background music is provided by GameChops.com. Totally free and totally not going to get me in trouble with Twitch, which is fabulous. Hey Lehman, how's it going? The Newgasm's going right ahead and diving straight into that hedge maze. Or the hammer, and that's going to be their first actual semi-wieldable weapon. Thanks, Lehman. So now they've, it looks like Newgasm is taking Pikachu over to check the shovel spot. Dig up some flowers and see what they get. Guard's giving him a little bit of trouble. And the mirror pops out of the flowers. Look at that. Alright, and Salt is following up. Looks like he's gonna go check the flower spot next. And Newgasm saves and quits. Where's he going next? Oh, he's going back to Link's house. Thanks for the bits, Lehman. And then he does his map check. Salt had a temporary intermission there. Alright, and Newgasm is going to do our South Shore checks. Newgasm uses the disappearing block trick now that he picked up the mirror to do this in one fell swoop. You suggested that the loser plays the awful seed. No, I don't think anybody ever should play that awful seed again. Except maybe Nobly. But Nobly likes trash seeds, so. Alright, and off to do the rest of the South Shore checks for Newgasm, and it looks like Salt will be following right behind him. Just as a word of warning, these mini Moldorms can be pretty uncooperative, especially when you're trying to hit them with a hammer. Oh, Newgasm tries to use the medallion without a sword. That's not going to work. But he did use his last bomb. So either he's going to need to go buy bombs, find bombs, or he's going to be a little bit stuck before going to Ice Rod Cave. Oh, and there's the Thieves' Gloves, so that he may have been safe there. He could try to check the 50-50 rock over by Ice Rod. Looks like Newgasm's opting to do the water checks right away. Changing his mind. Oh, let's go check the island. Alright, so Ice Rod is on Lake Hylia Island. Looks like Salt is proceeding kind of a little more traditionally and checking the Ice Rod Cave next up. Oh, but he got taken out. Was it a spicy pickle that got him? It might have been. That or the crab. You want to see Nobly do that nasty seed. He absolutely would, but you may not want to have the kids around when he runs that one, because he'll probably drop a couple of choice words. Alright, and it looks like Salt saw the Ice Rod. More than a couple, yeah. I mean, I did too. In my head. Alright, so Salt is doing the water checks, and he's also going to leave Ice Rod Cave till the end. Or more likely until they get the flute, because that'll make it a little bit quicker to get there and back again. And there's the Fire Rod in Waterfall Ferry. Newgasm tried to drink his red goo, but he's got to get hit first before that's gonna work. He's not going to check Zora Ledge because he doesn't, have Zora money just yet. So it looks like he's going to leave that go for now and then go hand in the shroom. And Salt makes it to Waterfall Ferry. He just found his fire rod. Threw a bottle in, found a fairy in the bottle, and got his full heart container there. Alright, so Newgasm handed in the shroom, while Salt goes to check the waterfall, or Zora Ledge, which has the flute on it. Looks like he's gonna go around and go ahead and pick that flute up, even though he doesn't have Zora cash. Which he may not quite realize yet, but he'll realize when Zora kind of laughs at him and says no thanks. Oh, nope, he knows. Okay, cool. Looks like Newgasm might be heading back up toward the Zora checks. Oof. Got hit with the crabs a little bit there. Salt saved and quit, and it looks like he's gonna go ahead and activate that flute right away, which I think is a good call. Helps you get around a lot faster, especially when you don't have boots. Newgasm, you don't have the money for that just yet, so he's going to yell at you and tell you to come back when you got more money. It's 500 rupees, friends, for that Zora check. Alright. Get your 07s in there for the Song of the Bird. Oops. Not that way. That way. And that is the Hyrule National Anthem, Flight of the Bird. And Salt's gonna head straight up to Death Mountain. Now remember, he still doesn't have a sword, but he does have that hammer, which works just as well as a sword when you're trying to get the dead rocks out of the way. Hey, thanks for the resub, Mary Lee, with your Prime Gaming sub. Enjoy those emotes. And your lovely chat badge. Newgasm is checking the back of Escape. He found the escape key, the book, and a map. Looks like Salt is going to continue up the mountain and possibly into Hera. Newgasm attempted the dark room and then changed his mind. I don't blame him, because unless you're very familiar with it, they can get a little tricky. There are enemies in there that can kill you real fast. Alright, looks like Salt's doing at least the first couple checks here in Hera. First check, he finds the Hera Big Key. While Newgasm, it looks like, is going to go and activate that flute up next. And the one of the two items in Tower of Hera is just the single arrow of destiny. And get your 07s in the chat for Newgasm's national anthem going. Looks like Newgasm is going to go investigate the desert next. Salt is continuing his way up the Tower of Hera. Okay, fun fact, on that right side, bottom pot has a heart in it to refill your empty containers. And he did find the red cane, so that's the second item in Tower of Hera. If he's doing his tracker, he'll know that there are no more items in there to find other than the map and compass and the small key, I believe, for Hera, and none of them are needed to actually beat the boss. So it looks like he's going to go ahead and fight Trolldorm with just the hammer. Another fun fact, if he had hit the switch, he would have had access to all of those pots that have hearts in them to refill. Newgasm found the big key in the desert chest, and it looks like he's going to do the quick check, and the rest is going to be boots locked. So you will see Boots this seed, we just don't know when. I'm kidding, I know when, but you guys don't. I'm not going to spoiler it. And with that, GG's to Salt. He finished off the mean old nasty Moldorm to get the green pendant. Looks like Newgasm is going to head out to check Desert Ledge. No? Is he going to rush the boss? He's going to rush the boss. Alright, Salt is on his way in. He's gonna check Spiral Cave. Alright, Newgasm, the key in the second room is top right, so they are opposites, and no, there's nothing fun in the pot, unfortunately. You've got 2 hearts, though, in these 2 bottom pots. The top pots have arrows and a small magic container. Salt is doing his best to not get hit by something else up on this mountain here. Is doing the ledge before rushing the boss generally more efficient when given the choice if you intend to do both? I don't know if there's an efficiency one way or the other for those. Normally what you try to do is you'll check that ledge before you even go in, because it is a long walk, especially without boots. So that's where the efficiency will come in if you check that beforehand. Newgasm picks up his first sword and defeats Lanmos and gets his first crystal. So that is our first crystal, though it is not our first dungeon defeated. And that was the second item in that dungeon, so he doesn't need to go back and get the rest of it. Salt, however, picks up the Titan's Mitt in Paradox Cave and his blue mail. He's going to attempt the bomb jump. Looks like he's in a mostly good spot and then falls down, so he's going to have to line that up again. Newgasm's checking a Gina, which only gives him 20 rupees. Alright, Salt goes to turn in the mushroom, and Newgasm flutes up to Death Mountain. So Salt picks up his 100 rupees. And Newgasm finds it just a piece of heart inside Spectacle Rock, which Salt had already checked earlier on his side. It looks like Salt is heading toward Eastern Palace next. And Newgasm looks like he's going up. We'll see if he stops in Tower of Hera. He does pick up the piece of heart on top of Spectacle Rock. Yep, he is going into Hera. Salt raids Saha's closet and finds a bunch of hearts. And continues to work his way over to Eastern Palace for Salt. Sneaks his way past the guard there and up and into Eastern Palace. Newgasm opts to bail out of there before going upstairs. So he does not have his red cane just yet. His tracker is still accurate though. That says that there's still one more item in that dungeon. And there is another mail on Floating Island up in on Death Mountain. So that will be Salt's red mail. it would be blue mail for Newgasm. It looks like he's about to die by deadrock. Oh, he's got them under control now, okay. And he heads into Spiral Cave as Salt's getting some of the checks done for Eastern Palace. This is what we call the Walk of Shame without the boots on that Spiral Cave, because it does take quite a while. Newgasm found some arrows in Spiral Cave, as Salt works to dispose of the Stalfos, and finds the big key to the dungeon. $50 rupees in Eastern's big chest. Newgasm's finding a bunch more heart pieces at the bottom of Paradox Cave. He is attempting to progress up. There is blue mail for Newgasm through the dark rooms. And Newgasm picks up the Titan's Mitt as well. And there he goes. Salt made it through that dark room. Newgasm does the successful bomb jump. It looks like he's going to be heading straight over to the Dark World. Might be a problem because he doesn't have his Moon Pearl. But he is going to do the map check for the Dark World. Alright, so it looks like Salt has backed out of Eastern Palace, not finding anything that'll help him too much, and it looks like he's going to check Ice Rod Cave next. And Ice Rod Cave has a full heart container. It's not Sank Heart though, because it didn't fill him up. And Newgasm saves and quits, realizing that there's not much he can do in bunny form. Dark Death Mountain. Salt heads over to Desert. Also does not have the Moon Pearl just yet. And hasn't picked up the book yet either. I think that was in the back of Escape. Oh, there he goes. Salt is on his way to the back of Escape now. And Newgasm is going to visit Saha and his closet to see what he can find next. And there's his book. So that's his desert access. One thing to note, Newgasm did not check the ether tablet while he was up on Death Mountain. Now you can't pull the item until you have the Master Sword, but with the book you can read it to find out what is on it. Ooh. a little bit of trouble from the statues there on his way to Eastern for Newgasm. Newgasm was a bit close to that bomb. It happens. I bomb myself all the time. He's got enough hearts, he doesn't have to worry about it. He's also on blue mail, so it gives him a little bit of extra damage to take. Salt heads into Hyrule Castle to do the front part of the escape sequence, and Zelda's Cell. Eastern will provide the same, not a whole lot, for Newgasm that it had provided for Salt, but Newgasm doesn't quite know that yet, but he'll find out soon. Nice dodging there, Salt. That was pretty good. Oof. The front part of this sequence for the escape can actually be a little bit tough when you're just on hammer. Alright, and that's 20 rupees in the first chest there. Newgasm working on learning the tricks to only generate 2 of those Stalfos. He got 3 of them this time instead of the full 4. Opted to mirror straight out from Zelda's Cell. And now Salt is heading back toward Desert. Checks Desert Ledge. Finds a heart piece, grabs it. Newgasm is working his way through the dark room, the first dark room in Eastern Palace. And he made it. GG's, Newgasm. Salt barely makes it back through that little portal that he left there. It was a little bit of a tight squeeze. Neither of them opting to complete Eastern Palace, even though there is the fire rod. So in that back dark room where the 2 Igors are, the right Igor will have the key to proceed ahead. There are 2 torches in that room on either side of the door right as you walk in. So if you barely walk in the door, turn right away and throw that fire rod, it will light one of the torches for you. There's a 3rd one in the back of the room, but that one's kind of hard to hit when you can't see it. So as Salt goes into Desert and works his way through there, Newgasm is doing the checks for the front of Escape. Just for reference, with the fire rod, I believe that Eastern Palace is technically in logic because of the torches available. Also, Dark Cross is in logic as well. Salt heads to the back of Desert to fight the boss. Newgasm's gonna try and catch that fairy. And he got it. Took 1 heart of damage from the guard who wasn't thrilled with him. Alright, and Salt heads into the Landmo fight as Newgasm goes to head off against the Chain Guard. And Chain Guard is down. Newgasm pulls bombs from the chest and looks like he's gonna mirror out. Salt's gonna have to switch. Oh, there he goes. He got it. And picks up his first sword. GG Salt. Along with his first crystal. Looks like Newgasm is attempting to get to Dark Cross. There are torches in this room as well, in the lower right hand and lower left hand corners of the room. It looks like he is in Dark Cross now. There's torches along the bottom portion of that right hand arm, where the treasure chest is in Dark Cross. And Salt flutes back to Link's house. Looks like he's heading back toward the castle. Newgasm's trying to find that treasure chest by touch. I think he forgets that there's a torch right there. Oh, maybe he's got it now. There you go. Alright, all for a 20. Hashtag worth. Salt remembered that the torches are there, though. Newgasm can do the Zora check now, yes. He's got 500 rupees. And we'll see where he goes next. So there's a couple more checks that he can do. He has not done the Ice Rod Cave yet, either. Also... Okay. Looks like Salt is heading back toward Eastern. That Murderdactyl may get him. It would be a good thing to just duck into that cave real quick and then pop back out just to get it so that it's not attacking you. Oh gosh, look out. And that's just another 20 on Checkerboard Cave. Alright, it looks like Newgasm's going to work on checking Ice Rod Cave next. He's gonna have to be careful because the crabs do quite a bit of damage here. And, well, so do the Octoroks. But I think he did pick up a fairy in a bottle, so he's not in dire straits. Alright, it looks like Salt is going to make a beeline for that last item and the boss in Eastern Palace. Oh, he almost got the double gen of that Stalfos in that room there, Salt. Good job. Just need to be a little bit more careful with the trigger. But he got 3 Stalfos instead of the 4, so I would call that a win in my book. Alright, is he gonna try to do this in the dark? Well, looks like he's being attacked by something here. Beelines. Does the golden bee ever see any use in these randomizers? Now, it is funny you say that. Yeah, the bee actually can do some damage to some of the bosses. Actually, just last night I watched Obscure Lifeform use the bee to great effect against Blind. Give me one moment, I can pull up the clip that I made of it, and I will pop that into chat. Salt heads his way toward the back. Alright, and Salt is up against the Armos Knights, as Newgasm did the Zora check. Yes, we call that poor exchange rate, Nyx. And Salt finds the Moon Pearl. GG's Salt, and he gets his second crystal out of the deal as well. Let's see where he heads next. It looks like Newgasm is heading back up the mountain. I wonder if he's going to go ahead and finish off Hera now. And it looks like Salt is heading over to the Dark World via the tile by Kakariko Village. And Salt does his Dark World map check. Let's see which way he decides to go. Oh, looks like he's going to tackle Skull Woods first. And confirmed, Newgasm is going to be heading up to continue the fight in Tower of Hera. Alright, Salt making good use of the Fire Rod. And Newgasm picks up his red cane. So that is the second item in that dungeon. He doesn't technically need to check anything else, but he's going to attempt a bomb jump over here to get to that big chest. He got the bomb jump. And the compass out of it for the dungeon. Alright, so Salt checks the big chest in Skull Woods and finds not a whole lot. Usually when I route Skull Woods, if I have everything I need to fight the boss, I will do the boss first, because a good majority of the time the boss will have one of the items for the dungeon, because there's only 2. Oh no, Salt got caught by the hand. So he gets to start the room again, but that's okay. With the red cane it makes it somewhat easier. GG's Newgasm for beating the Troll Dorm. And you got your green pendant out of it. Another quick reminder is the green pendant is also good for an item if you take that back to Saha and turn it in. And he's going to check the Ether tablet and finds that there's a shield on there. Just as Salt heads into the back of Skull Woods, he's going to check the bridge chest before going to the boss. And Newgasm looks like he's going to go ahead and turn in that green pendant right away. For a 20. I went through, I think, 4 or 5 seeds before I chose this one. On top of the many that I've played before. This one has just enough troll in it to not be completely ragey, but was not as absolutely horrible as the ones in the reject pile, which I stuck in my Discord for them to practice with. Alright, and it looks like Salt is up against Moth, and Newgasm is heading in to fight Aga. That's gonna be a hard battle, because without the lamp, you gotta know pretty much where the lanterns are to light them within the dungeon. To be honest, I don't think I would attempt it. I have, and I failed every time. And GG's Salt. That was a nice takedown of the Moth. Properly named Mothula. And he gets another crystal. And Newgasm can't find the torches in this room. For that first room, when you walk in the door, you come down just a little bit, and you can light the torch across the room there. Looks like we're getting a ped check from Salt. Just a little heart piece. Now, come on, Salt. You know me, I wouldn't have done that to you. Nix, I probably would have played a few more if I hadn't gotten sick earlier this week. Looks like I've got Newgasm stumped here. He is. I think he's forgetting the fact that the back of Eastern is open to him with the fire rod. Because there are torches in that room that you can light it up with. Let's see where Newgasm goes next. He's back in Sanctuary. Well, looks like he's looting. Yeah, he might. Oh, Salt finds boots in Thieves' Town. Newgasm looks like he's attempting to rescue the old man in the mountain in the dark. He might got it. He might have got it. You can do it. You can do it. There you go. You're out. Good job, Newgasm. You've rescued the old man in the dark. For a heart piece, of course. Yes, he is attempting a lot of the darkroom strats. Give him props for that, because they are not easy. And Salt makes it through Hellway. Wonder where the lamp is? I don't know. Salt finds 300 rupees in Thieves' Town. does have his Master Sword as well. Oh, Newgasm's not coming down quite far enough for the Stalfos. Oh, got that one with the hammer. See if Newgasm remembers that those torches are there. I don't think he does. Oh, found a torch. Hey, welcome raiders! We've got a race going on. Newgasm versus ASaltRifle. These are two relatively new runners. Approximately the same level, and they've decided to race each other. Just for funsies, of course. A race? What? Yeah, I know, right? It is totally possible. Don't try to use your fun secret sound. I have them turned off. So sad face because of the Restream race. And it looks like they're both in their bosses. So Newgasm is facing off against the Armos Knights, and Salt is taking a little bit of damage from blind. We did have a little bit of a mini tutorial with them with some of the tricks. And GG's Salt for taking blind down, and GG's Newgasm for getting rid of Armos Knights, each of them grabbing a crystal. How'd your race go, Obscure? Did you win? Alright, where do they go next? Newgasm finally has his Moon Pearl. And it looks like he's going to the Dark World right away. Salt looks like he's... Oh, let's not talk about your race. Okay then, so we'll talk about this race instead. Cleaning up some of the checks in Village of Outcasts here. Never play retro. Oh, duly noted. It can't be worse than the sea that beauty gave me. Alright, now Salt is going to rescue the frog. Newgasm is doing the check of Chicken Hut. And finds his bloomerang. And Salt's doing the hammer pegs. To find 50 rupees. While Sea House only had 20. Now the thief manhandling Newgasm just a little bit there. Looks like Newgasm is going to head into Thieves Town. Salt picks up a piece of heart as thanks from the blacksmith, as Newgasm finds his boot. Now he can go fast. Alright, Salt heads over to try the digging game. Newgasm gets a little bit lost in Thieves Town, but I think he's got it figured out now. And just 10 arrows on that digging game. Kinda rude, but it is what it is. Cave 45 yields just a single green rupee. As Salt continues his Dark World checks. A quick digging game. You'll find it within the first 30 digs. And it is set by the seed. So 2 people with the same seed, the first time they attempt the digging game, it will show up on the same number of digs. The best strat is to kind of wiggle and do, like if you think about it as rows within the graveyard. If you wiggle up and down a little bit, it's about as fast as you can make it go. But aside from that, it's pretty much just a slow check, unless you happen to get it on the first couple of digs. Salt finds not a whole heck of a lot in Hype Cave, which is par for the course for Hype Cave anymore. Yeah, it looks like he's going to check the Bombos tablet. Newgasm's still working his way through Thieves Town. You need the book, Salt. And Bombos tablet yields a 5 rupee. Alright, Newgasm using the strat of the hammer to do tempered sword damage to the enemies in this room. Picks up the maiden for rescue and hops over to check the big chest. Salt, meanwhile, is in Mire Closet, Mire Shed. And gets a piece of heart and some more bombs. Alright, Newgasm is in with the blind fight. Salt, however, is on his way to Ice Palace. Ice Palace can be a little bit tricky without that hook shot to help you out and get you moving, but still totally doable. Newgasm's taking some damage, but finally takes blind down. GG's Newgasm. On your crystal. That is Newgasm's 3rd crystal. Alright, fun fact with these penguin dudes, they take 1 hit from a bomb and then they're dead, or lots of hits from the Master Sword. Salt gets the big key for the dungeon out of that first chest. And it looks like Newgasm is going to head north to fight the moth. Or a quake, yes, a quake would work too. Alright, it looks like Salt is going to attempt the icebreaker trick. Oh, almost. Salt, try again. You can do it. Yay, he got it. Second try. GG's, Salt. Alright. Let's see. Newgasm is still working his way through. He's heading, it looks like, toward the back now, straight to the boss. Popo's giving Newgasm a little bit of a hassle there. Salt, that's not the way you want to go without the hookshot. Looks like he's gonna head down. Check iced tea, so that's good. Newgasm is checking the bridge chest first. And gets 300 rupees out of the deal. Salt finds a small heart piece. I think Newgasm is hoping for some health here. Going into the back of Skull Woods. Salt Bomb jumps across there to kill the Freezors. And then he's gonna bomb and check the big chest. And finds a bottle of red goo. Alright, so, fun fact, oh no, you've got the red cane salt. The boomerang actually stuns those, awful Gibdos there, and keeps them still for a few seconds, whereas the hookshot does not. So, you know, fun fact for you to stick in your back pocket. And Salt is against Cold Stare, giving him the what for, doing really well so far. Down to 1 heart. Oh no, Salt, be careful. Newgasm is coming up on the Mothula fight. Alright, Salt has used his fairy in a bottle. And takes down Cold Stare. GG's, Salt. And gets another crystal. And GG's, Newgasm, that was an awesome Mothula fight. And you got another crystal too. So proud. Oh, good job, guys. Let's see. Salt is going for a swim now. Sees that ice rod there on the island. It looks like Newgasm might be attempting pedestal check? Nope, he's fluting away. And we've got all kinds of Pokemon exploding across Salt's screen there. A salty swim. Alright, it looks like Newgasm's heading back to the Dark World. Ah, Salt's gonna check Pyramid Fairy. Newgasm is checking Hype Cave. Hype Cave is no hype today, by the way. It's the very unhype cave. Has a pile of garbage. Alright, and Salt makes it over to Pyramid. I don't know that either of them have done the Pyramid Ledge check yet. Salt finds a Tempered Sword, fills up his bottle with the Pyramid Fairy's red goo, and a 20 rupee. Oh, and now he's gonna go check Pyramid Ledge. Newgasm picks up an extra bottle at Stumpy. And it looks like Salt's gonna go talk to the catfish. Where's Newgasm heading next? Oh, maybe Ice Palace? Well, it looks like he's gonna pick up his ice rod off of that Lake Hylia Island. And Catfish only gives ASaltRifle a 20. So, boo his boo. Newgasm's looking for his backups before he heads into Ice Palace. Not a bad strat. And it looks like Salt is going to go ahead and do the poor exchange rate with the Zora. Newgasm using his knowledge of the fairy fountains to go ahead and grab a small fairy for his bottle. Careful with your buttons. And he's opting to empty out his green goo to catch a second fairy. And grabbing a bomb upgrade and an arrow upgrade. Let's see, where's Salt heading? Oh, Salt is going to check King's Tomb. Barry zappered him. But Newgasm is working his way through Ice Palace now. Neither runner has checked bonk rocks yet, but it looks like Salt's about to. No, never mind. Salt is going to go rescue the old man. The long way. Newgasm's fighting with the penguins a little bit, and he's using Obscure's trick of Quake. Except that one was in the air, so it dodged his attack. Alright, Salt emerges from the darkness with the old man. Not sure. I think Salt is heading over to Dark Death Mountain. Ooh, and zoomied right off the edge. I've done that. That's why I don't use zoomies. Looks like Newgasm is opting to not do the icebreaker strat and instead do the bomb jump. Oh, almost had it first try. Give it another go. You can do it. Not quite on the last pixel. There you go. Alright, so fun fact, Fighter Sword is skinnier than the rest of your swords. So you're gonna need an extra row of pixels. And Salt finds that Ether is required to enter Turtle Rock, even though Turtle Rock in this is a pendant dungeon. There you go. Alright, Salt is going to go ahead and pick up his next level mail. It looks like he is opting not to check Spike Cave, he is in Salt. And instead jumping down to do Super Bunny Cave. Although he could have just gone into the cave at the top there and gotten through there just fine. Super Bunny Cave has a pair of red rupees. Newgasm picks up his third bottle full of red goo. Oh, now Salt looks like he's going over to Spike Cave. And Newgasm is heading into the fight with Cold Stare at this point. And nothing good on Spike Cave, and Newgasm took some damage there from Cold Stare, knocked him out. Good thing he has a fairy in a bottle. He's gonna have to be careful. These guys are tough on Fighter Sword. Oh, and Salt just finished Bonk Rocks, which gave him a piece of heart. Looks like Newgasm is going to bail for the time being on Ice Palace. Let's see. Looks like he's going to the Witch to restock some potions. Let's see where Salt heads next. Looks like he's gonna do the purple chest. Now, Newgasm does have both of the red crystals. He could do the Pyramid Fairy check at this point. Obviously, he doesn't know that that's where his Master Sword would be if he were to pick that one up next. Newgasm just finished checking the Mire Shed. It's coming back to Sanctuary. Looks like Salt needed to step away for just a moment. Maybe a bio break. Oh, he's back. Salt did embark on a separate quest. It was a side quest. It only took a minute. Let's see. It looks like Newgasm's going to do the King's Tomb check. Let's see where Salt head next. Nope, he's gonna finish the purple chest quest. The red guard giving Newgasm some issues there. And that purple chest only yielded a piece of heart. So the side quest did bait him a little bit. Who's winning? Well, if we go purely by crystal count at this point, Salt has 5 crystals, and Newgasm has 4. So if I had to say that one was ahead of the other, I would say Salt is, but not by much. Looks like Newgasm's gonna go ahead and do the Pyramid Fairy check. It is pretty close so far. Both runners are doing exceptionally well. This was not the easiest seed I found, nor was it the hardest. But it will challenge them, as they are both relatively new runners. It may end up as a nail biter. It could, very well. Alright, and Salt heads into Palace of Darkness. And Newgasm gets his Master Sword. Macro, you are Team Newgasm. Okay. And Newgasm is going to pick up that heart container. Not a bad call, because he is still on blue mail as well. And grabs the fairy out of the tree there, before heading back to the east. Gotta pick sides to make it more interesting. There you go. Actually, we can do that. Let us open a prediction. Alright, prediction open. Who will win the race? Nyx is going to declare Team Salt. Boo, down with Team Salt. Yes, down the stretch. Finish line before Team Newgasm. Alright, doing good so far, guys. Salt is wandering around in the dark. In Pod. It looks like he's in the back room with the 2 chests. Oh, I found a map. And some arrows. It looks like Newgasm is going to venture into Swamp Palace. Well done, Macro. Alright, let's see what Newgasm finds. He found fairy powder in the first chest of Swamp Palace, so that's not a bad find. Salt's still working his way through Pod. Pod is a longer dungeon. It looks like he might try the hammer jump. Oh, changed his mind. He's just gonna wander through the maze in the dark. This one's a hard one to do in the dark. I don't believe there are any torches that you can light in this room. So you really have to know the maze. He gets the first chest, which is very good. Newgasm finds a piece of heart in the second chest of swamp. Now with the hook shot, you can't do diver down in the front of Swamp Palace, so Newgasm's gonna go ahead and pick up the key before he floods it. And Salt's still working his way through that dark maze. It can get awful dangerous in there. One of the things I did when I was learning that particular dark maze was I would bring it up and have it on the screen beside me so I could kind of use it as a guide for where the walls were and where to expect the gaps. I'm not sure if that is the same strat that he uses. You can do it, Salt. No, looks like... Did you get there? If you do have the dungeon map, you can sometimes get a feel for where you are in the room as well. If you're not sure you're up against a wall, for instance, you can bring up the map and it'll show you if you're right next to the wall. It looks like he's gonna go ahead and give up on that dark room. Ugh. He's getting a little bit hecked up, but made it through and is gonna head toward the boss. If you're not following our runners, make sure you give them both a follow. They're both doing very well for how new they are at this particular game. Thanks, Obscure. Alright, it looks like Newgasm's gonna go ahead and do the purple chest next, or not. Oh, he didn't do any of the smith chain yet, so he's gonna rescue the frog first. And Salt is back in the dark. He is in the turtle room in the basement. There are torches in that room. They're a little bit hard to line up, but once you find them, you can get there. You might need to hammer a couple more times there, Salt. Just to clear them out of your way. Or hammer in the dark. I mean, that works too. I've done it. Newgasm picking up his piece of heart from the blacksmith. And he's going to route in the magic bat check. And there's Salt finding one of the torches, finally. As you can see, they're not lined up against any of the walls, so it is a little bit more difficult to find them, especially when those turtles are hecking you up. And Magic Bat gives Newgasm some arrows. Alright, ASaltRifle is facing off against Helma with the butter sword, so he's doing real well, and boom, GG Salt on the takedown of Helma. Still doesn't have his lantern. So is he gonna leave that last chest there? Yep, looks like it. Okay, so he's gonna flute away. Newgasm's gonna work on turning that purple chest in next. Alright, so it looks like Go Mode item is going to be Hookshot. I know where the hookshot is. I had to find it myself. It was not in a place that I would find very kind. And I don't think our runners are going to either. But they'll find it. Honestly, I don't remember where the lamp was. I did find that one. The other possible seed that I could have sent them to run, I never did find the lamp, so I'm not sure where the lamp was on the other one. Alright, ASaltRifle's working his way through Swamp Palace now. And Newgasm is in pod. Again, both runners are looking for, at very least, their hookshot. They probably would very much like the lamp as well. Newgasm, Salt finding a piece of heart in the front chest of Swamp Palace. And Newgasm is a little bit less comfortable with the dark rooms than ASaltRifle is. So let's see how much of this he kind of makes it through in here. because that dark maze is very dark. Alright, Salt also remembering that he needed to grab that key before flooding. Alright, Newgasm is going to go into the dark room. Work his way down to the treasure chests. There are torches up to the outsides of the doors. Newgasm currently doesn't have any magic, so he'd have to burn one of his potions for it. Oh, Salt ran into the Karen. It looks like he's going to do the magic bat check now. Newgasm trying to work his way through the logic of the dungeon with the knowledge that he has of it. With the knowledge that I do have of the seed, I do believe they both have access to the location of the hookshot at this point. They have had it for a while, I believe. Salt is checking Graveyard Ledge and finds 10 bombs. Newgasm is going to use one of his blue potions and grab a small fairy for that potion in the next room over. It looks like Newgasm's going to attempt to rush the boss. You absolutely could create a new sprite for the flying block from Super Mario World. Sprite making is definitely not my forte. It's pretty intensive, but yes, it absolutely can be done. There are something like 400 or more sprites available in the link to the past randomizer. That may actually already be one, but I haven't looked lately because I use Sailor Moon pretty exclusively. Looks like Newgasm's going back up to the mountain. Looks like he might be working on the Dark Death Mountain checks. He's got the zoomies. Proper term for that is spin speed, by the way. And Salt is in Mire. I missed the first couple of checks. I don't know that... It doesn't look like he found anything particular in there just yet. There's the big key for the dungeon. Quite a challenging seed for newer runners. It is. They don't like to be bored. They would have yelled at me if I sent them a jet seed. You are not allowed to send seeds anymore. I will not play any seeds you send me, Beauty. Alright, so Salt is about to check the cutscene chest. There you go, Obscure. Alright, so there is one chest that they can get to in Hookshot Cave without the hookshot. Oh, Salt. Salt found silvers. And is hookshot. Salt is in go mode at 1 hour and 49 minutes in. Yeah, I did a lot more checks before I found that hookshot, I won't lie. I also skipped silvers because I got the big key and checked that first chest. Found the hookshot and mirrored out. Newgasm grabs his red mail. as Salt heads back to Swamp Palace. Newgasm's heading into Spike Cave now to do that check. And got his tempered sword. So he's gonna save and quit now. As Salt boogies his way through Swamp. Let's see if he just go modes that boss. And Newgasm heads back to the Dark World. Oh, a locked door! Salt, you need to grab the key from the pot. Yeah, so we all do that. Go ahead, obscure a locked door. There you go. Alright, here we go. Just for you, I'll turn this on. Alright, there you go. People, yeah, so at work I have taken to saying GG's whenever somebody does a good job, and you want to talk about the weird looks that I get from the non-gamers that I work with. Newgasm picks up his butter sword. And dashes over. It looks like he's gonna check Graveyard Ledge. As Salt heads into the fight with Argus. We may have problems if we tell people to release the bee. Yeah. Fun fact, we actually have honeybee hives on site at work. So at least I won't be looked at quite as weirdly as you probably would be. And Salt defeats Argus, grabs his final crystal, as Newgasm finds the 10 bombs on Graveyard Ledge. Alright, so as Salt climbs to access Ganon's tower, let's get our guessing game going in chat. 1 through 22, where do you think the big key will be found? We're gonna go obviously with Salt, because he will be the first one there. As for what location it is, Obscure guesses 5, Nyx is 2, Beauty says 19. I'm going to refrain from guessing because I know where it is. And Newgasm is playing the digging game. Hopefully I think looking for that hook shot. Finds 10 arrows, and there's a look of disappointment. Alright, looks like Newgasm just finished his K45 check, which was slightly disappointing as well. As Salt starts into GT at 156. Newgasm's gonna check that Bombos tablet. And Salt finds the big key in the first chest. So, anybody guess number 1? Nope, Nix, you're the closest with number 2. And Nix, to be fair, I found it as number 2 because I usually check the right chest first. He's going to go ahead and pick up that 1 key in the pot before heading up the stairs to jump into the gauntlet. And Newgasm, it looks like, is heading back to the Ice Palace. A little bit of moon aim there with Salt stashing abilities there. Oh, and gets knocked off by a cannonball. Fun fact, you get some invincibility frames. You could actually dash right through there. He's going to go ahead and jump over to that safety door and grab some fairies. Probably refill his magic. And off he goes. Newgasm faring much better against the penguins this time with the butter sword. Opting again to do the bomb jump strategy for Ice Palace. Salt uses Ether to great effect against the Stalfos. Takes them all out in one fell swoop. Oof. Taking a little bit of damage from both the enemies there. And Newgasm gets the bomb jump first time that try. And Salt having a little bit of a challenge with Landmo 2. Takes it down and finally gets to move on. Comes up to the Wizrobe room. That is so satisfying. Thanks, Beauty, for the GG. Opts not to do the cane strat for the second Wizrobe room. Dashes through the falling bridge. Newgasm is working on the bomb jump across the gap over there. Oh, fell down. Decides to go ahead straight to the boss. Or not. Decides to backtrack a little bit to go to the iced tea room to check that last chest. Salt go modes it and doesn't even bother checking any of those chests, which is good because there's nothing really that would help him. Salt gets the cape ready just in case Moldorm gives him a hard time. But there is no such thing as a hard time with the butter sword. Moldorm is down. And Salt is across the gap. Opts not to pick up the validation chest. And heads straight through that conveyor room. Oh, hopefully he doesn't break it. Alright, manages to get through with the cape, and is now on Aga 2. That's 1. 2, 3. 4. I don't think that counted as a double. 5. So it did, because that was 6 hits. Newgasm getting manhandled by those freezors. As Salt waits for his duck ride. To the big bacon battle. Alright, at 2:02, Salt drops in on the bacon. As Newgasm preps for round 2 with Cold Stare. And Cold Stare is down. GG Newgasm. Salt's on his last round with the Baconator. Ooh. That was a little close, Salt. You got him. And that's the final hit. GG's Salt. Now he just has to cross the bridge without falling down, and his time is 2:04:33. GG's Salt. Alright, Newgasm is working his way through Mire now. So he shouldn't be too far behind with the hookshot and possibly silvers. Alright, Newgasm is opting to do the left side checks for Mire first. He's about to do the cutscene chest. Get your guesses in chat for Salt's collection rate. And Bonks, if you would, will use his numbers there to do our guessing game for the subs for the channel. Alright, obscure guesses 157 and 34. I'm gonna go I'm gonna guess 151 and 26. Although I could be way off on the bonks. I wasn't watching how many bonks he was having. 159 and 28, and now Newgasm has his hookshot. And is leaving without the silvers. Oh no! Nick says 153 and 40. And here comes the stats. 20 bonks. Oh, we all guessed kind of high, huh? Oops. And 153. Nice, Nix. GG's. Nix, you get a sub to the channel. hang out. If Newgasm finishes his seed, we'll do the same guessing game for his as well. Hey, enjoy those emotes, Nix. Alright, Newgasm is working his way through Swamp Palace now. Alright, and in he goes to the back. He's not doing the diver down. Honestly, no need, because he's in go mode technically, although I think he is still looking for his lamp. And that is the big key for Swamp Palace in there. He finds the red meringue. Salt should have gone to Meyer. Not gonna lie, it took me a while to find it too. Salt, you can hop back into the voice if you'd like. Hey, hey, we have Salt back in the booth. GG's, Salt.
Thank you.
That was well done.
Thank you. Yeah, I should have trusted the Quake. Got Quake pretty early on, and Meyer had Quake. Should have trusted it.
It's alright, you know what? It took me a while to find it too. And with that, Newgasm finishes his battle with Argus. So what'd you think of that seed, Salt?
It was fun. A lot of decent stuff early on, but some pretty hidden stuff as well. And then also doing Newgasm ended up finding lamp.
No, not yet.
Trying to do Palace of Darkness without the lamp was kind of rough.
Yes, yeah, it can be, but if you know kind of where to throw the fire, you can get through most of it. Except Dark Maze, of course, and GG's on that, because that Dark Maze is hard.
I got one item out of it.
Yeah, well, that might have been all you needed. Honestly, I don't remember where I did find the lamp, but I did give you that seed because I did eventually find the lamp in that one. The other seed that was my possible, I never did find the lamp.
Interesting.
Oh,
he hadn't done Palace of Darkness yet. I wonder where it is.
He's
Must be in.
having
Sorry,
a
go ahead.
little bit of a hard time with the dark rooms.
Yeah, I didn't practice them at all.
Hey, I warned
Honestly,
you
the only
guys.
reason I did it is because one of my buddies, Otakaru, was in there. He was like, "Oh, you could do this." Like,
Yep.
he didn't advise or anything. I was like, "I guess I should try the dark rooms." He was like, "Hey, it'll help you a lot." So I was like, "All right, I'll try it at least once."
Mm-hmm.
Or swinging my hammer around down there.
Yeah, so technically the logic of the seed, if there's a torch in the room and you have the fire rod, it's in logic.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something to remember. I did drop a minuscule hint for Newgasm because he was getting a little bit frustrated with some of his dark rooms. I'm like, if it's yellow, you
Yeah.
can do it. So if your map is showing you that it's yellow, you can do it. So that's the only hint I gave him so far. But
Oh, that dead rock. Yeah.
he got rock blocked.
Yeah, knowing where to throw the fire is definitely something I could work on.
Yeah. But you guys are doing fantastic and did do fantastic. Was this your fastest seed?
No, I had one. Not by much though. I had one that was an hour 55 not too long ago.
Nice.
That was one I
GG's.
sent to Newgasm and to you because it was like 2 swords right away, a bunch of other really, really good stuff right away.
Oh, that's the one I was going to
pretty
play on
amazing
Tuesday,
speed.
isn't it?
But it was my lowest collection rate.
That
one item.
That's awesome.
Probably because of Ganon's tower. It was just amazing.
There's the lamp. He found it. It's in Hookshot Cave.
There we go. Going for more.
Alright, so now he's going to be okay to finish out his seed. Does Newgasm know the thing about... No, he left without the silvers and mire. And to be fair, I did not know that's where they were either. Because I got hookshot and bailed. Because that's all I needed. That's a sword length for the bomb junk pixels. I'm not sure what you mean there, Nyx. Alright, so he's going to go ahead up and finish off his Palace of Darkness real quick.
Moon, is it okay if I end my stream right now? Or do you want the layouts to stay up? Okay.
No, you can close it up if you like. And thanks for the race, Salt. This was a lot of fun. My first commentator experience.
Yeah, no, this is great. I'll definitely hang around just to see what Newgasm has to say when he's all done.
Absolutely. You can join me here in the comms booth if you're very bored. Or you can yeah, you can just hang out and chat if you like to.
I'm very interested to watch the VOD and see what you had to say about my strategy and my route. Like when I forgot Super Bunny Cave for a second and had to backtrack.
Oh, you went in the bottom instead of just the normal
I started
entrance.
going, for a Spite Cave after doing Hookshot. I was like, oh, I didn't even do Super Bunny.
Hey, at least you remembered. Alright, well, GG's again, and enjoy the rest of the watch.
Sounds good. Thanks, Moon.
Mm-hmm. Ah, welcome to the Raiders. Welcome, welcome. Late raid, late raid. It's all good. We are watching Newgasm finishing up his last crystal battle, and he takes down Helma. Gets his last crystal, and he will be hopefully on his way up GT if he's comfortable enough doing Silverless Ganon. Hey, ASaltRifle. Welcome, welcome. Nick Dude. Metallic. Welcome, welcome. Alright. It looks like Newgasm's gonna work his way back in to finish the checks here in pod. Yeah, I'm not sure if Newgasm has ever done Silverless Ganon. And I'm not sure if he'd want to attempt it right now. Alright, Dark Maze is much easier when you can see where you're going. He grabs the bombs. Nope, that's not the right way. Left, down, there you go. And he's gonna do the last check on that big chest, which will be a big disappointment because I think it's only 20. Yeah, it's 20 rupee. So that was the last item. He's walking out? Oh no, I don't think he did the dark chests in the next room over. Okay. He did forget that there are torches to the outsides of the doorways in this room. His item count for Meyer, though, is accurate. Oh, it looks like he might be just calling it and going for GT. Got the spin speed there. Deadrock was trying to get in his way, though, a little bit. He is in for a little bit of disappointment. Especially when he opens up one of those first chests in Hope Room and finds his big key right away. The good news with this seed, though, is that it wasn't going to let you into Turtle Rock unless you broke into GT first. So at least it did block you from that. Alright, here we go into GT. Alright, so he got the shield off of the torch. Picked up the key. And he's gonna continue looking. Oh. Feels bad, man. Got a bunch of magic refills, which are kind of nice. I thought it was a nice little troll to drop in there for you, Salt. Alright, and check number, I think that's, what, 9? He's still looking for those silvers. Is this lo-fi? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. He may not talk to me for a while. Although, to be fair, I didn't have silvers when I beat this either, but I'm a little more comfortable on silverless Ganon. Not even sure where you got the big key. For GT? Oh, in Mire. It was the bridge chest. I believe. So when you go in, hit the room with the switch, grab the key from the berry. If you go back out that door that you came in and across the bridge getting the fireballs thrown at you, that's where the big key was for that dungeon. Yeah, I prefer doing the backtracks rather than the cutscene chest, just because it's a little bit faster if I do happen to find what I'm looking for. Oh, a big pile of garbage in the Ice Armos room. Well, it looks like he's gonna head up. Worst comes to worst, he can get to Ganon, drop in, find out where silvers are, and then backtrack to get them. Just a reminder, one more time, our background music is provided by GameChops.com. It is stream friendly, so I will not get the MCA'd for it. And It is free to use. They are paid entirely by the advertisements that they garner through their channel. And it is good music. I actually found them through GDQ. My Jingle Bell cat running through the room. Alright, he made it through the cannonball room. Into the portion of the GT climb that we like to call the gauntlet. Not a whole lot you can do about the strats in this room. To make it go any faster, it's very much RNG and which way the sprites decide to go. And you'll want to balance speed with magic usage, because you're going to need your magic later. Alright, he is going to sprinkle that bunny maker and catch it. Oh, no bottles that are empty. That's okay, you can still use it as hearts. And into Landmo 2. Well, that gets him a little bit, but he's got the first two down, so that's really good. And that's number 3 down. Let me out. And into Wizrobe room number 1. One of my favorite, most satisfying rooms there is. The path goes the other way. There you go. And Wizrobe room number 2. Ooh, this is the placement a little bit there. Gets it that time. Along with the fairy, and there's a full magic refill that he's just gonna leave right there. Alright, into the torch room. He has a little bit of advantage over what Salt had here because he does have the lamp, which will conserve that magic a little bit more. I think the pot got in the way of his first shot there. Taking some damage from the lasers. Makes it upstairs. Gets the last torches lit. Finds a 20. And disappointing bombs. And he might need the key off of one of those mini Helmas, depending on what's in that last chest. So we might be back. A locked door. Need to go kill the mini Helma Newgasm. Do not mirror out. Do not mirror out. Please don't mirror out. Very good. There's your key. Alright, good job, chat. We willed him to go back and get the key. Okay, good. Now he's into Moldorm 2. Oh no! Always be careful spinning off of the Moldorm in this room. if you're on one of the special pixels, you end up doing a glitch called a quadrant glitch, and it unlocks the camera and you can't get any further. It's bad news bears, I've done it. Ow. So that's the first time I've seen that happen. Got himself crammed between the bumper and the spike. It's a little worse than a rock in a hard place, in my opinion. Alright, and we've got 1, 2, maybe 3. 3, maybe 4. 5. Oh, there we go. GG's on your Aga 2 down. And, I guess maybe bacon? Let's see, I'm not sure what he's gonna do. He might jump in and just find out where it is, which might be the fastest option, to be honest. Alright, so that should be into stage 3, yep. And one more swipe for stage 3, and into stage 4. The arrows are in Misery Mire. Now, to get out of this fight, you would have to save and quit. Yes, without torch glitch, this is tough. And he's down to 1 heart, but he's got fairies in a bottle. I don't know what potions he has. I think he has a blue potion and a red potion. You gotta get a little bit closer. Nope, you got a torch out. If you're going to use the lamp here, I do suggest doing a quick swap. Oof, a little early. To use the hook shot to hook from one to the other real quick so that you have as much time with both of those lamps lit as you can. He's not quite close enough to be getting the hits just yet. Oh, no worries, GB. I'm up late anyway. Oh, looks like you got 1 hit. Oh, not quite close enough to get that one. Oh, there's another one. It is midnight here. There's another hit. Good job. Take it slow, you're doing good. Oh. A little too early. Careful. Oh no, he doesn't have any blue potions left. Alright, that was really good though. Definitely a good attempt. Now he can go fill up on his potions and go grab those silvers if he wants them, but I don't know that he needs them. Oops, mirror bunk. He's gonna go ahead and grab those silvers right away. Wonder if he's gonna check the chest first, or if he's gonna think that they're on Vitreous. We'll have to see. Bonks across the gap. That movie is 15 years old? Which movie? It's super bad. And there they are. Okay. Good job, Newgasm. Go fill up on your potions. And then go beat some bacon up. He can win now, yeah. Well, he could have won before. He just ran out of magic, that's all. I don't think he does. I don't think he knows that Salt's done. We're not gonna tell him either. We're gonna let him finish. But he is still doing very well. Alright, he still has no magic. So hopefully he'll decide to kill some mobs on the way. And one of them drops some magic for him. I mean, at very least he could take some damage from Ganon and drop a potion, but it would be a shame to waste that potion just for the magic. In that situation, usually what I would do is I would buy one of the green potions from the potion shop, drink it right there, and then refill the bottle right away. With a blue. I mean, obviously, cash dependent, but... Looks like he's taking full advantage of that damage real quick. Alright, he's gonna pop that cape on. Because he is already in phase 3 because of the gold sword. You can take your cape off, save your magic. Save your magic. There you go. And GG's, he is done. The bacon is down. Cooked. Well done. And across the bridge, and he is complete. GG's, Newgasm. Alright, let's guess his bonks and collection rate. Alright, so we've got 47, 159. I'm gonna go with 44 and 172. Obscure says 161 and 35. $41 and 182 from Salt. Thanks, GB. I appreciate it. I'm just glad I had a voice to commentate today. Chansey with 12 bonks and 183. Thanks, Nyx. Chansey. Oh, you typed wrong. Okay, you meant 42 and 183. Okay. Dot dot dot. What do you mean, Salt? It's not Price is Right rules. 43,184 for GB. You guys are so funny. Alrighty, here comes the stats. Alright, he did one boss swordless, which is really awesome. $42 bonks. Chansey! GG's! And the collection rate was 175. I think we were all a little high there. I said 172, so I was close. Alright, so Chansey, congrats! You get a lovely subscription to the channel. Give me 1 second, I'll get that in for you. It was intuition. Alright, and we'll see if we can get Newgasm back in here, and maybe Salt as well. Get some chat going after the race. Enjoy your emotes, Chansey. Thanks for the gift subs, Chansey. Much appreciated. Hey, Newgasm! GG's!
GG, dude.
Terrible.
GG Salt. No, that wasn't terrible. You guys both did amazing. So what'd you think of that one, Newgasm? How'd you feel about that seed?
The seed wasn't bad. Dark rooms, I need to learn. But other than that, I didn't think it was bad at all. It was really just getting to the dark world.
Mm-hmm.
Getting that pearl.
Yeah, I think the biggest key to your dark rooms is learning where the torches are. So if you've got the fire rod, and the seed says, hey, this isn't logic because you've got the fire rod and there's a torch in the room, you kind of know which direction to throw that fire in.
Yeah, makes sense. But I would have done much better if I knew where the torches were in Eastern.
Yeah.
I can't believe Salt didn't find the lamp at all.
You should have seen me flailing around in
amazing.
Eastern dark rooms.
It was
I was just
amazing.
hammering.
Yeah, if you've got time, I do suggest you watch the VOD, because it shows a little bit of the differences in your routing, and also a little bit of the luck that Salt ran into with his dark rooms.
Yeah, that's what I want to see is his dark rooms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did fantastic. You both really did. And Newgasm, you would have had that silverless Ganon if you didn't run out of magic there.
So how many hits does he take with Butter Sword?
I'd have
Silverless.
to look. Give me 1 second. I
Pretty
can
sure
bring
it's
that up.
12.
I think it's 12 as well, but I
just
can just
you know,
double check.
I just recently learned this, and that sounds right.
Obscure system.
Obscure says 12.
Yeah, I need to practice more.
Oh, it's 12 for tempered as well. Yeah. Oh, well, I knew it was 24 for master because I dread every single one of them for master sword silverless.
Oh, that's funny. It's the same amount for tempered.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So,
Well,
you
thanks.
guys
for
don't hate me
restreaming.
for picking a tough seed for you. I didn't want to give you one that was too easy.
I'm
No.
glad I played the race rejects because I was definitely expecting something worse. So yeah, this was pretty good.
Alrighty. Well, yep. Thank you guys so much, and I am happy to have restreamed this for you. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks
Yep.
for doing it.
Thank you.
Thanks for putting the
Alright.
seed, not putting it together, but picking a good seed. That was definitely challenging,
But not as bad as the reject pile.
but not as bad as the reject pile. Exactly.
Nothing was on pedestal, so I was happy.
I thought about it.
I checked that after Skull Woods, and I was so happy. It was just a heart.
You could see it on your face, Salt.
I actually thought you were gonna put silvers on ped just
Oh man.
to force a silverless Ganon.
No, I wouldn't have done that. I know that you're not overly comfortable with that, and I did Silverless Ganon first time on a not Silverless Ganon. I did Master Sword Ganon first time in a race on a restream. It did not go well for me, and I wouldn't do that to you guys. That was bad news. All right. So thank you all for joining us. If you haven't yet, make sure you give the runners each a follow. Thanks for your resub, Newgasm.
No problem.
They do primarily play Kaizo Mario streams, but they do sneak in some Rando every once in a while and some other games too. So be sure to check them out. And I think that's it. Do you guys have any last thoughts?
Nope. GG
If you
sub.
have it, GG.
Good job, cuz.
If you're in chat and you haven't done a rando, you should do a rando. It's really fun, and there's some pretty nice beginner settings.
It's addictive, just so you know.
Yes.
Can't do just one. Alright, so that's it for us. We'll be signing off for tonight. Take care and have a great weekend.